Thanks for the boogie ride, I'm more than gratified, I'm really satisfied, which only goes to prove you don't know until you glide into the boogie ride, how quickly you will glide out of this world.
Hey friends, how's it going? Well, welcome back. Just hanging out here in the garage, burning this beautiful Buell 275 square tube cold blast, and I thought it was appropriate lantern for the content, since we're kind of commemorating, well, we're just kicking off the holiday, which is known as Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day, and I wanted to do a content today so you can have something maybe to watch tomorrow, maybe even late tonight, while after you've done most of your prep, and you can just kind of relax and enjoy a little lantern content before you go to sleep and get back up, hit the ground running, getting things ready for our big dinner. Anyway, you know, there's a lot of things could be said about this holiday, and lately it's just been the practice dinner before Christmas dinner. But anyways, Thanksgiving time is a special time for me, and I'll tell you why. Because, well, I love autumn. Autumn's one of my favorite seasons. I love seeing the leaves change, and I love the crisp air, the cooler temperatures, and everything that goes with it. I like, of course, the comfort food and the increased sweet intake of, you know, baked goods and all the things that make fall special. And of course the warm temperature colors of oranges and reds and yellows and all that stuff. You know, I'm a big plaid guy. I love my Pendleton shirts. As you see, I wear them mostly in a lot of my videos. I like it. They're cozy and warm, and I don't know, I've been wearing vintage clothing for so long, nothing scratches anymore. So it's you know, it's cozy to me. But, you know, there's something special about this time of year. It's when we start reflecting on the year that we had, and we're getting ready to say goodbye to this year, years prior, and we get ready for family and friends and gathering around a table and sharing a big meal. And, yeah, and naturally not every family does observe or have that opportunity. So to you guys who might not have family to be with or friends, definitely find ways to be grateful for what you do have. And I know that in my family we don't really get together as much as we used to, and you know, it's kind of complicated, but I do care and love my family, even though we're dysfunctional at times. But, you know, I'll share a childhood memory, and this goes hand in hand kind of with what I did yesterday. Now, every year I try to go up to Glen, and that's not Oakland, that's Oak Glen. Okay? Just want to enunciate clearly, because I don't go to Oakland, California. I go to Oak Glen, California, which is just outside of Yucaipa. But it's apple orchards up there, and they have all the fall colors you could imagine. And it's a wonderful place. The Riley family has operated many orchards up there for 100 plus years, and also the Wilshires. And it's a wonderful place to go visit. Get your fresh baked apple pie with, you know, apples that are harvested right there. It's all organic. They grow them the old-fashioned way, and they're not cheap. No, you're going to pay for them, but they are the best apples you can find in this state, among the best. And, well, I started going there with my family back in the 1980s. And I remember a field trip that we took was with, I think, my Aunt Tammy and Uncle Rich and my grandma and my brother and I and my parents. And we went up there to Snowline, which is part of Oak Glen. There's a lot of different farms. And Snowline is just a little higher elevation, and you take a small little, you know, barely 2-lane road to get there, and there's these beautiful age-distressed rustic apple sheds and farm buildings that have been there for 100 plus years. And it's just beautiful because they have all these trees that are orange and yellow and red, and just the colors are exceptional at this time of year. I love autumn. And so I remember my brother and I were there, and it was cold. I remember the jacket I used to wear too. It was tan and red and had a hoodie and stuff. I remember that. That ski jacket thing. It was so funny. It didn't have the detachable sleeves, but you know the type. The 1980s, yeah. But I remember wearing that jacket and a pair of jeans and my little tennis shoes and stuff. And I was probably 7 years old, somewhere around there. But I remember the atmosphere, and it stuck with me. And it was, kind of the musty old smell of a barn, but then also mingled with the smell of cinnamon and apple cider and all that, and they'll, of course, the apple cider donuts that they make there. They're known for that, and they make them continually throughout the day because they have these little conveyor belts and a little thing that drops the batter perfectly into the fry oil, and then it goes in a little conveyor belt, and they sugar them and add the cinnamon and stuff, and then bag them, and you buy them for, I don't know, it's like $6 a dozen, but they're small, they're tiny, so you can just pop them like, like candy. But it's fun, and the environment I remember as a kid was it was a rainy day, it was cloudy, but with those colors, those vibrant colors that autumn provides, they really stand out, especially against a gray background. They really pop. And I remember standing there at the opening of the barn, sipping this hot apple cider, and enjoying a donut, I think. And it was just amazing. It was just being in that old environment with all those colors. It stuck with me, and I love it. And I go up to Oak Glen, and I went there yesterday with my friend Josh. You've seen a couple of my videos, and he and I were talking how going up there is like going back to the 70s and 80s, because he's a little older than me, but he remembers going up there in the late 70s, and it's like that. It's like going back in time. So that's why families continue to go up there, because they went up there as kids, and their parents went there as kids, and it's a generational thing, and families keep that going because they want their kids to enjoy the same thing, Now, I don't have any kids of my own, but it's fun to see families there with their kids and sharing that experience with them, and I appreciate that. I do, and it's special. But it's great because going up there, you just get some treats and maybe a bag of apples. And I didn't buy any apples this go. They're pretty expensive, and sadly the crop didn't look as good as it had been in the past. Now it's probably picked over. They're just putting out there what they have left over from the earlier part of the season. But anyway, the Arkansas Blacks is my variety of choice. I'll drop a picture of one right here. This is an Arkansas Black. It's a 19th century variety. Been around for a long time, and they grow them exclusively in Oak Glen or Julian, and that's really the only place to get fresh ones every season in California. And they are my favorite variety. They are very sweet, subtly tart, very subtle tart, with a little bit of a cinnamon note to the skin. Perfect eating apple, perfect juicing apple, perfect baking apple. It's just the perfect apple in my opinion. As they ripen, they darken, so the skin gets really dark. So it kind of looks like those wooden apples that you find at craft stores or country, kind of boutique stores. See that wooden bowl with those wood apples, and they're all dark red. Well, that's kind of what they represent as those Arkansas Blacks. But anyways, yeah, I love Oak Glen, and it's a great spot to go visit and apple pick and stuff like that every season. But yeah, that's a favorite memory, and it was always wonderful to be up there in that fresh air and that crisp, chilly air in the autumn, and all the colors and the smells and the flavors. It's great. But currently, when I go up there, I go to Wilshire's Apple Shed. It's always the final destination. They have a brick oven that they constructed, and they do wood-fired pizza there, and it's amazing. And they also have a humidor. Yeah, you knew that part was coming. They turned a 1919 boxcar that's attached to the back of the building, and it's been there since 1945, I think. And they turned it into a humidor. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. And so they have pipe tobacco as well as cigars. And so they kind of made a back area. They erected a structure like a tent, and with propane heaters and chairs and lamps and stuff. And they made it kind of a nice smoking lounge. And so after having nice lunch and having some treats and stuff, and before you go back down the hill, I try and always hit Wilshire's apple shed, and I'll throw some pictures in there. And so my buddy Josh and I, we went there after having lunch and after seeing all that we wanted to see. And then we went there and, sat there and, killed some time. And Eric, that runs the tobacconist end of things there, wonderful guy, awesome guy. Josh has known him for years. He's an aficionado for sure. And it was really nice just to hang out there and have a puff at the end of a beautiful day. And also, I brought my star, my Deet star, and I took some pictures of it outside on a bench outside of Wilshire's apple shed. And, I always try to get a picture of a lantern in its, in its rugged environment, But anyway, beautiful day yesterday. So I'm grateful for that. Now, being thankful is really kind of a lost art, it seems. And I'll say this, that we sadly spend so much time wanting things that we rarely have time to be grateful for what we have. Now, this is the Thanksgiving holiday all about commemorating that first, meal of the Puritans with the indigenous people. I don't know. I guess that's what kickstarted it, right? I guess there's many different historical accounts that might contradict that or challenge it, but it's interesting because for me, I don't really, as much as I love history, and I like to know maybe the real circumstances, but I think Thanksgiving is an important meal just because of what it provides. And it provides us an opportunity to gather with those who we love about, either family or friends, those people that we care about and want them in our lives. And we can, share what we're grateful for and rediscover why we have these friends or whatnot, And I think that's really kind of the more contemporary reasoning to practice and observe Thanksgiving, because, the whole intent was to show gratitude. And, it's important to have that, I think. And it's important to show your gratitude for the things you have and for those who are around you and that are in your life. And, the world is a scary place. It's never been a soft or easy place. It's always been, divide and conquer, more or less. But it's interesting because as we progress and age, we realize what we have, we become more grateful for, and we're no longer interested in getting more or whatever you want to look at. I think it's good to be successful, of course. I'm not saying anyone shouldn't try to be successful, but also know it's a balance. And being grateful for what you own and for the people that are in your life is monumental. It really is. I feel it's very important. And I find there's a lot of happiness and peace in that. Now, of course, many of you all know that I'm not the most successful person, but I've managed to accumulate some fun things, and I'm sharing them with you now. But I've had some experiences with people I know that I can never trade in or could ever purchase. And I know some wonderful, wonderful people in my life, and I am very, very grateful for them. And I work with several of them, and I'm friends with them outside of work too. And I'm also amazed at the friendships that I've cultivated, that I've had for years. And there's a lot to be said about that. My relationship with my family is, as most, can be strained. Family is it's always a delicate balance, and it's not always ideal. But you know what? You know you have family, and you know, depending on circumstances, it can be mended. And yeah, dysfunction. You can't spell family without dysfunction at times. Let me tell you that. But everyone has a different environment and different upbringing and different background, family specifically. But anyway, yeah, life is not hard. I mean, it's not easy. It is hard. Oh, brother, is it hard. But it's definitely worth it. And as I sit out here and enjoy just some simple tobacco, beautiful antique lantern, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for you guys who continue to come back here and watch my channel and subscribe and contribute with comments and things of that nature. I mean, it's enriched my life. I enjoy it. I still enjoy making these videos for you guys. And, well, it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. I have some nice plans. And, you know, my family is not in the place where they can really entertain everybody like we used to. And so family is not going to be seen as much tomorrow as my friends will be. But I've been considered family to their family. And I've been invited to spend it with them. And that's important to me, that it's important to them. And I'm honored to have people in my life that want me around. And they bless me with that. And I guess I bless them with my presence too. But I'm thankful for so many things that many people might not be thankful for. You know, I struggle. I do. And I have a humble apartment, but I have a beautiful dog now. And I have a nice lantern collection and a cool antique car and fun vintage clothing. So I think, you know, yeah, this is okay for now. I'm good. I'm all right. And I don't really have much needs besides some private time and reflection and, you know, a nice cigar or pipe and a little something alongside just to, you know, regroup and contemplate things. But, yeah, some might say that that's a simple desire or simple need. But you know what? It gets the job done for me. And I think sometimes as a society, we overcomplicate life. That's right. And we do. And, but anyways, that's my take on Thanksgiving. And I wish and I hope for all of you guys to enjoy the time you have with your friends and your family, every moment of it. Because you know what? Tomorrow is not promised. It's not a guarantee. So whatever you do, whoever you're with, definitely raise a glass to the things that you're grateful for. Because it's once we are showing that gratitude for the things that we have, then we open ourselves for more opportunity. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Nobody likes an ingrate. I'll just say that, okay? Show your gratitude. Make it genuine. Make it real, okay? Well, thanks again for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this video. And we'll be back next week with a new month and a new video. Okay, here's to December. Running out of time, guys. And, of course, Ken did extend the invite and the challenge for the New Year's light up, as he always does. So I will be creating a photo of my lanterns I acquired this year and lighting them up and submitting that to Ken with lots of trains. And I'll probably do my own contribution here on my channel as well. So with that being said, have a good one, guys. Eat what you like, drink what you like, and enjoy the day. It's a special one. And it's kind of a pregame to the big day, which is Christmas, of course. Take care, guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.